Chosen one, let me tell you something they'll never admit out loud. Your rise wasn't supposed to happen. The plan was to break you, confuse you, silence you. That was the whole game. The ones working behind the scenes wanted your light dimmed because it made their shadows more obvious. They threw distractions at you, twisted your name, sabotaged connections, planted seeds of doubt, all because your energy exposed their illusions. But here's the twist they never saw coming. None of it worked. Every attempt to bury you only pushed you deeper into power. Every fake smile, every hidden dagger, every sneaky plot only added pressure to your purpose, and pressure creates unshakable force. You're not here by mistake. No scroll, no trend, no random chance brought you here. This moment found you because your spirit was already vibrating on a higher frequency. You're not watching a message, you're walking into a turning point. The same people who doubted you, they're panicking. The same ones who mocked your silence, they're choking on the outcome. You became everything they feared, focused, fearless, and fully aligned. And the most haunting part for them? You never had to beg, plot, or pretend. You just kept showing up. You stayed real, and that authenticity, it's lethal to their kind. This is what being chosen looks like. You don't chase, you attract. You don't force, you flow. Your presence alone triggers guilt in those still living in lies. You represent everything they tried to fake. And now, the success they tried to block is breaking through the very walls they built to trap you. So if you feel this in your soul, hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment to let others know the chosen don't fold, we rise. Before moving ahead, I want to pause and speak from the heart. To every soul who has supported this mission through super thanks, your generosity is more than a gift. It's a confirmation. It tells me your spirit recognizes truth when it hears it. You're not just tuning in, you're spiritually aligned with the purpose behind every word. And that kind of support carries weight in the unseen. Because of you, this message continues to reach others who are silently fighting battles they never speak of. And together, we keep the light burning through the storm. Now, if your soul felt the shift in today's message, if you know in your heart you were never meant to break, but to become the proof that darkness doesn't win, take a quiet step of agreement. Comment 999 below, not as hype, but as your personal confirmation that you're rising, you're chosen, and no attack formed against your calling will stand. Number 1. Stop treating divine appointments like random moments. This is the wake-up call you can't afford to miss. Chosen one, lean in. This isn't the kind of message you just play in the background. This is the kind that finds you when you're on the edge. Not the edge of collapse, but the edge of becoming everything they said you'd never be. That tension in your chest, that fire in your gut that won't let you rest. It's not anxiety, it's alignment. It's your soul recognizing a shift that's already begun. You didn't come across this by accident. You were led here, not to be entertained, but to be awakened. This moment is razor sharp. Only those with spiritual sensitivity will recognize what's really happening. That's why your enemies are so loud right now. That's why the pressure's been increasing. Because something inside of you is rising, and they can feel it before you've even fully seen it. Every attempt to distract you lately, strategic. Every sudden wave of self-doubt, planted. Every fake smile, shady move, and last-minute betrayal, engineered to derail you, but it didn't work. You're still here, still tuned in, still listening, and that alone makes you dangerous. You've become the proof that darkness loses its grip when light refuses to stay quiet. And this light in you, it's not fragile, it's disruptive. It reveals what was hidden, breaks what was built to bind you, and ignites transformation in everything it touches. You don't just survive pressure, you activate under it. Before we go further, I want to thank each of you who've supported this movement through Super Thanks. Your giving isn't just generosity, it's spiritual alignment. You're not just watching from the sidelines. You're helping carry this fire into the lives of people still trapped in silence. And if you haven't given, know this. Your energy here, your focus, your engagement, it still matters. You are felt, you are valuable, you are necessary. Now listen closely. This is not the time to overthink. This is not the time to scroll past or second-guess the pull you feel right now. What you're hearing is not hype. It's not fluff. This is a spiritual interruption, a divine push to snap you out of delay. You're not waiting on life to happen anymore. It's already happening, and the direction it's headed depends on how you respond right now. This isn't about motivation. This is transformation disguised as urgency, and only the chosen will catch the full weight of that sentence. Number 2. Quit waiting for the right time. Step into the now or watch the door close without you. Chosen one, let this hit where it needs to. The right time you keep waiting for. It's not coming wrapped in perfection. It's already here. Messy, uncomfortable, unfamiliar, but it's now. And if you keep stalling, keep second-guessing, keep waiting for signs that feel more convenient, you're going to watch the very door you prayed for shut in front of you. And this time, it might not reopen. The truth is, the delay isn't in the universe. It's in your decision. It's in your hesitation. It's in the lie that says you need to be more healed, more ready, more certain. But chosen ones aren't built on certainty. We're moved by alignment. You feel that pressure in your spirit. That's not anxiety. That's time folding in on itself, warning you that the window is narrow. You weren't made for the sidelines. You weren't built to rehearse your power forever without ever stepping into it. You're not called to almost rise. You're called to move when it costs you comfort. This is your moment, and it's not coming back in the same way. The next level has already started forming without you, and if you don't catch the wave now, you'll be stuck watching others walk through what was meant for you. Not because you weren't worthy, but because you waited. So breathe in the discomfort, walk with the shaking, move anyway. Because chosen ones don't get the luxury of perfect timing, we get the pressure of now. And the ones who move under that pressure, they're the ones who shift everything. Number 3. Don't let spiritual disconnection trick you. Alignment is the only thing that will save you from confusion. Chosen one, not everything pulling at your energy is worthy of your attention. Some things are designed to drain you just enough to make you question your own clarity. That confusion you've been battling lately. It's not just from overthinking. It's spiritual disconnection disguised as indecision. You're not lost. You're under attack. And the moment you start slipping from alignment, the noise gets louder, the distractions more tempting, and the chaos around you begins to feel personal. That's not coincidence. That's spiritual warfare, subtle, quiet, and calculated. You see, when you're aligned, even your silence has power. When you're in sync with purpose, confusion can't cling to you. But the second you start second-guessing that inner pull, the enemy starts whispering louder. They can't stand the way you've been moving lately, focused, disciplined, discerning, and that energy, it threatens the systems they've used to keep others small. So they try to pull you off track, not with obvious sabotage, but with slow disconnection. You miss one moment of stillness, one opportunity to center yourself, one prompting you ignore, and suddenly you're doubting your own light. But here's your reset. Come back into alignment. Reconnect with the rhythm that built you. The truth is, you already know what to do. You just need to trust it. The way forward won't come from overexposure or overthinking. It comes from tuning out the noise and locking back in with what's real. You're chosen, and that means your clarity isn't random, it's sacred. Don't let temporary confusion make you forget who you are. When you're aligned, you're untouchable. When you're locked in, you're unstoppable. Reclaim that frequency. Your next breakthrough depends on it. Number 4. Stop delaying your yes. Your future depends on how you obey this moment. Chosen one, hear this clearly. Hesitation is the thief of your next breakthrough. Every time you delay your yes, you're not just stalling a moment. You're slowing down the future you've been crying out for. This isn't about fear anymore, it's about obedience. There's a reason you feel that pull in your chest right now, that sudden alertness, that spiritual pressure building behind your ribs. It's not stress, it's a divine prompting, and ignoring it will cost more than comfort. It could cost legacy. This moment isn't asking for perfection, it's asking for agreement. There's power in your yes, not just because it moves you forward, but because it disrupts every plan that was sent to keep you stuck. The enemy thrives on your hesitation. He plants just enough confusion, just enough fear to make you second-guess the very thing that would free you. But what if I told you that your full transformation is waiting on the other side of your decision? What if the next 10 years of clarity, provision, alignment, and peace all hinge on this one response? You've waited long enough. You've analyzed, prayed, journaled, questioned, and hoped. But now it's time to move. The future that's calling you is time-sensitive. The version of you you're becoming cannot afford another delay disguised as preparation. Your yes is the gate, and the door is wide open. Walk through it. Chosen one, you weren't called to sit in the waiting room forever. You were built to rise, to respond, to release what's been placed inside of you. The future doesn't just want your dreams, it's waiting on your obedience. Say yes and let everything shift. Number 5. Refuse to mislabel your pain. What you called suffering was actually training for authority. Chosen one, you've got to stop calling it pain when it was actually preparation. You've spent too long mislabeling what broke you as a curse when it was actually the making of your power. What you called suffering, that was training. What you saw as delay, that was development. Every breakdown that made you question your worth was actually forging your authority in silence. They didn't see it, and truth is, neither did you. But something eternal was being built in those silent, sleepless nights. You weren't being punished, you were being positioned. People looked at your struggle and wrote you off. They saw the losses, the heartbreaks, the betrayals, and assumed you were finished. But what they didn't realize is that your lowest moments were seeded moments. And those seeds, they've been growing beneath the surface this entire time. Now you're rising, and it's terrifying the ones who thought they buried you for good. That storm you barely survived, it's the very thing that gave you voice, compassion, fire, and spiritual depth. You didn't just endure it, you outlived it. And because of that, your name carries weight in places your enemies can't enter. Your pain gave birth to purpose. Your scars became strategy. And now you walk with authority, not because you read it in a book, but because you earned it in the battlefield of silence. So don't shrink. Don't apologize for how you got here. It wasn't suffering, it was sacred shaping, and only the chosen understand what it means to be built in the shadows before being trusted in the light. Own your story. Walk in your weight, because now they'll feel what survival forged in you. Number 6. Don't settle like everyone else. You were set apart long before they even noticed you. Chosen one, let's make one thing clear. Your journey was never meant to look like theirs. You weren't built to blend in, follow the crowd, or chase validation from people who wouldn't recognize power unless it came with a spotlight. You were marked for more long before they even learned how to mimic your light. That's why settling has never felt right to you. That's why average suffocates you, because your spirit knows, even if your mind sometimes forgets, that you were set apart before this world even knew your name. And no, they didn't see it at first. They overlooked you, dismissed you, chose lesser versions of everything you naturally carry. But what they failed to honor didn't vanish. It matured. And now, the same ones who underestimated you are watching in confusion as your elevation exposes every lie they ever told themselves about you. You were never too much. They were just too small to hold it. So don't shrink. Don't settle. Don't let their limited expectations become your silent prison. You are not meant to be tolerated. You were born to be recognized, and not for attention, but for impact. You are not everyone. You never were. Act like it. Walk like it. Build like it. Number 7. Stop playing small. Heaven is watching how you handle the pressure of promotion. And the weight you've been carrying? It's not just stress. It's spiritual promotion in disguise. Chosen one. It's time to snap out of that mindset that keeps shrinking your power just to make others comfortable. You weren't built for the background. You weren't called to blend in. You were chosen to disrupt, to shift, to stand out. Every eye that's been silently watching you, they're not watching for entertainment. They're watching because something about you unsettles their shadows. You've been asking for the breakthrough, but let me ask you, can you carry the weight that comes with it? Can you hold your posture when your name starts to echo in rooms you've never walked into? Because promotion doesn't show up wrapped in ease, it shows up in resistance, in pressure, in moments that test your posture when no one's clapping. That's what you're walking through now. You've been handed the assignment, and now all of heaven is watching how you handle it. This is your test, and chosen one, it's not about being perfect. It's about being present. It's about showing up bold even when your hands shake. It's about refusing to dim your light when others feel exposed. You're not too much. You're just enough to shift the whole atmosphere. The crown doesn't fall on those who play it safe. It falls on those who refuse to shrink under the weight of becoming. So stop hiding. Stop apologizing. Stop asking for permission. You are not in the waiting room anymore. You're on the main stage of your becoming. Handle it like the chosen one you are. Number 8. Don't mistake your hiding season for defeat. Isolation was the preparation you begged for. Chosen one, read this slowly. The season that felt like punishment was never meant to break you. It was meant to build you. That silence you sat in, that isolation that made you question everything. It wasn't rejection, it was refinement. You weren't being pushed away, you were being pulled inward, pulled into alignment, into strength, into clarity. While others were busy seeking validation, you were in the shadows, sharpening your discernment. And now you're carrying power that can't be bought, copied, or faked. Don't let the world trick you into thinking your quiet season was wasted. It was sacred. Hidden seasons are dangerous because they prepare warriors in secret. And when they step out, they don't need applause to know their worth. You weren't abandoned. You were guarded, separated for elevation, protected from noise so you could hear the deeper instructions. And what was planted in solitude, it's now growing roots too strong for any storm to rip out. So, if you're still in that quiet place, don't rush out of it. Let it finish what it started. And if you've already come out, walk with the confidence of someone who didn't just survive, but transformed. Remember this, you weren't overlooked. You were over-prepared. Number 9. Stop thinking it's just about you. You're being blessed to break cycles for others. Chosen one, it's time to stop thinking small. This path you're walking was never just about your healing, your blessings, or your breakthrough. You were never chosen just to shine. You were chosen to ignite. The favor hitting your life isn't random. It's strategic. It's generational. It's about breaking every toxic pattern that's been handed down like a curse and rewriting the blueprint for those coming after you. You were picked to disrupt what others were too afraid to question. The cycles of silence, of suffering, of settling, they stop with you. You are the interruption in the bloodline. The black sheep they laughed at has become the blueprint for something divine. That's why you've felt the weight so heavy on your back. That's why life hit you harder than most. Because your victory won't just free you, it'll unlock something in everyone connected to you. So, no, this isn't just about you getting the house, the peace, the love, the clarity. This is about becoming the mirror that shows others it's possible. You're the one who's going to turn survival into legacy, the one who chooses wholeness over pretending, alignment over approval, purpose over pain. That's why the enemy wanted your silence. That's why you were targeted. But you didn't fold. You kept going, and now the breakthrough coming to your doorstep carries more than just reward. It carries responsibility. You are being blessed not to flaunt it, but to flow in it, to pour into others what once felt impossible to find. And when you walk into your overflow, remember this: your win is a weapon. It breaks chains for people you haven't even met yet. You're not just chosen, you're a chain breaker. Walk like it. Number 10. Don't shrink when the download hits. This isn't encouragement, it's your next marching order. Chosen one, when that inner surge hits you, the chills, the pull, the moment your breath catches because something just clicked, don't run from it. That's not just inspiration brushing past you. That's the download, the moment your next move is being handed to you in the quiet. And here's the truth: this isn't encouragement. This is instruction. This is your next marching order, straight from the higher realms. And if you ignore it, you risk missing a door that won't be unlocked again. See, most people beg for signs, and when they finally receive one, they freeze. Not you. You're wired differently. You were born for divine strategy. Your soul is built to catch coded direction that others overlook. That pull you feel in your chest, that restlessness in your gut, that's your cue. The download doesn't come dressed in comfort. It shows up mid-chaos, when your life looks the messiest, when the timing seems off. Because the divine isn't checking your schedule, it's checking your readiness. Don't talk yourself out of what was meant to break you into the next level. The calling isn't waiting on a mood swing, it's waiting on your movement. This moment has already been marked. Don't shrink when it arrives. Expand, rise, obey, because chosen ones don't flinch when the heavens speak. We march. Number 11. Quit circling the same mountains. This is your exit from confusion and entry into precision. Chosen one, how many times have you found yourself back at the same place? Different year, same confusion. The same cycle of almost breaking through but somehow getting pulled back into delays, distractions and dead ends. That's not coincidence, that's a pattern. And patterns are prisons when you don't recognize the gate disguised as familiarity. But here's your word: the circling ends now. This is not just another lap. This is your exit. This is the moment the fog lifts and precision replaces confusion. You weren't made to live in loops. You were made to move in alignment. But alignment doesn't come from repeating what used to work. It comes from obeying what your spirit is whispering now. Some of the confusion you've been feeling, it's not because you're lost. It's because the map has changed. The instructions are new. The voice is clearer. But it requires stillness. It requires surrender. It requires the chosen one in you to stop questioning the timing and start honoring the pull. Every delay you faced has been building clarity. Every closed door was pointing you to the right one, and now it's in front of you. This isn't just a redirection, it's a divine reroute with precision built into every step. You're not just being moved, you're being positioned. No more detours, no more indecision, no more wandering around places you've already outgrown. The patterns that once trapped you are breaking apart, and the only question left is, will you walk out or will you circle again? This is your moment. Your command is clear. Exit the cycle. Step into accuracy. Precision is waiting. Purpose is watching. And your future is already unfolding under your feet if you choose to move. Number 12. Stop living like you're still being tested. You already passed. Now step like you've been chosen. Chosen one, it's time to walk different. You're not in the wilderness anymore. You're not in survival mode. You're not under the same tests you once were. That pressure you felt, that was the refining fire. And you didn't fold. You didn't break. You were molded, shaped, forged into someone unstoppable. But here's the thing. If you keep living like you're still being judged, still being proved, still needing to earn your place, you'll stay stuck in an old season that no longer fits your spirit. You already passed. That was the part they didn't expect. They thought you'd tap out. They thought the betrayal, the silence, the delay would take you out. But you stayed faithful. And now you've been promoted in silence, elevated in the spirit before anyone clapped for you in public. So why are you still playing like a student when you've already graduated in the spirit? Start walking like you carry weight. Start speaking like you've been authorized. You're not seeking approval, you're walking in it. The doors opening now aren't tests, they're rewards. The blessings you're seeing, that's legacy unfolding. So stop moving like you're being watched to fail. You've already proven you don't break. Now move like you build. Comment 777 below if you know this is your release season and you're done pretending you're still on trial. You're chosen. Walk accordingly. And as we bring this moment to a close, let this truth settle deep in your spirit. You're no longer in the proving ground. You've already been refined. Now it's time to rise, not with hesitation, but with the quiet authority of someone who knows they're chosen. Walk like the battle is already won, speak like the door is already open, and move like destiny has already called your name. If this message awakened something in you, take a moment to like, subscribe, and drop 777 in the comments to declare, I'm no longer being tested, I'm already walking in purpose.